this video. Hey, this stuff I've been saying for a minute. And it's crazy how this world is built. You have to have a certain high status, whether it's views, numbers, it's a certain limit that the common average eye of people have to see before they believe or even listening to what you're saying. That's what sucks about this world. It's built off of position, status, clout. It's built that way. It's not built off of, oh, that's the real energy right there. Oh, that's the real authentic stuff. Oh, we getting that right there. It's not built off of that. Cool. Let's cool. So I don't mind when I have to come do cleanup after Mike Wang has already said stuff. It's only but so much longer until the devs are gonna start seeing what I'm saying, until my fan base gets bigger, and then I can push out more. And then, man, I can just see how it's gonna play out. They're gonna start hitting me up or coming to me because I feel like I'm honestly doing things in a balanced way where it's not where they can just say, we don't want nothing to do with him at all because he's too toxic or something. No, this is crazy, yo. From what I've been saying, it's too easy to see this when you just not tied up in your emotions and feelings. It is, yo. I don't know why people can't. This is really what it boils down to. What the hell? This is what it really boils down to. Mike, that is crazy. One, you already making a game. This is supposed to be your game. But so much people's words and influences. Remember, he built that old game that he's about to talk about in this message right here. He built that old game too. But people don't like your new energy, Mike. See how I'm bringing it to you, Mike? They don't like your new thoughts. They don't like your new thoughts, your new energy, or what you have to offer to this new basketball game. They don't like how it's going in the shift. I see where it's going. I understand you guys are already not the type of company that you can have 1 year to make a game and you guys are going to drop a complete banger. No, you guys need time. They need, like, how it's looking for me, to be honest, no more sugarcoating shit, brushing the sugar coat off me. It's like it takes about like a good 6 to 5 years for them to lock down on a solid, that one 2K, whether it's 2K27 or whatever. It takes that 1 year where they get certain things balanced a certain way, where they have it aligned a certain way, where they like it and stuff, and it works properly for them. It takes them a good amount of time. Sometimes it depends, y'all. This is how then we get to the next topic. If anyone has ideas for a better option than these two, I love to hear them. What? This is crazy, yo. Mike Wang literally is at the point I've been saying for years. Like, yo, they just don't know how to find the right sweet spot balance. If they do a big change and patch a whole bunch of stuff, then everybody's going to complain because it's going to feel different from the previous year. And it's not going to feel like the same 2K they once played where they was greening, splashing, or whatever the case is. Remember, I said the glory days of 2K. Yes, I'm looking up because it just got to do the lookup right now. The glory days of 2K was when whites were in the game. It's crazy. Like, people are delusional. It's like, yo, the people that's in the dev spots are probably have outdated ideas. They're probably at that point where they reach their peak. They need new people to control certain things that they used to control. Number one, keep the pure green windows, no RNG. RNG is random number generated. So it means that sometimes it could give a random number generated just based to make the game play out a certain way. That's how whites was. Depending on if you were wide open, the timing you released the shot, how wide open you were, the RNG will kick in. Boom. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's not hard. And their logic to that was, you know, he's wide open. Why not let a certain shot fall? If players are this wide open in the league, they're going to knock it down 9 times out of 10. It's too much space. So that's why they added the white. Just in case you did miss the green, it was for the consumer so they can still play the game and have fun. And still, we as sweaties, we still play the game, still had fun that way. Oh, man. Which means for the sake of balance. Okay? So he said, keep the pure green window, no RNG, for the sake of balance. That means good shooters will be good shooters. The ass shooters will be ass shooters. You want to keep it like that? Yes or no? Then you have some good shooters who are saying, nah, man, I'm a good shooter. I'm missing. But it's like, no, sir. Probably those certain shots that you're trying to take, you're not reaching that same status. And you want to know what I mean? Because I see one good shooter. Okay, let's say he got 70% from 3. Whatever the case. Cool, whatever. He's complaining about shooting. Then you see another guy. He has good shooting stats. He's not complaining. So it's a difference within certain shots players are not liking. When they get certain animations and they speed up, they don't realize, man, was it a catch and shoot? Was it a bad pass? How did you catch the ball? 2K is getting realistic to where if you catch the ball low, then, like, man, I don't even want to go that deep, bro, because it's so sickening. Because if people are not going to listen, drop a like, share the videos, it's sickening to really sit and ramble. So people may think I talk too much in my videos, but no, I'm literally giving y'all everything concrete, straight to forward, directed, everything you need to know. Small. Okay, now listen what he said. Windows need to be pretty, he said, which means for the sake of balance, the windows need to be pretty small like they are now so that good players don't shoot 80 to 90% from 3. Do you see why? That's why I don't trip when I miss. Yo, there's games I go crazy. I'm going perfect. Then there's games it's like, okay, I'm still going crazy, but there's certain shots I miss still too. But then I blame that on myself. I don't never blame it on 2K. I blame it on my position and stuff. And I blame it on sometimes, oh damn, my shot did speed up right here on this jump shot. I wasn't aware fast enough. That's what I do in my mind, because I know it's their little system. It's like if their job manager, if Walmart had their stuff, a system set a certain way, and if somebody knows it in and out, it's the same exact way. You could do certain shit to cheat the code, get around the code, get around their little process. So I see, okay, this is a bad catch animation I'm about to get. I already know my jump shot speed, probably about to speed up, slow down. That shit I tell myself on the regular now. So once you get used to that, that becomes a muscle memory. That speed up, slow down shit don't even mean shit no more. You're just going to become a solid shooter, a high tier Hall of Fame shooter at that point. That's what they're going to classify you. Once you learn all the timings, that's it. So people complaining, yo, I'm sorry. Yo, look, it's right here in your face. If you've been missing, you just booty cheeks. I'm sorry. You are. And then there's certain deepness to the game that other players got to learn as well. Like, look, man, it's not that simple when you're just trying to shoot a blinder. Man, it gets so deep, man. Height is important to certain things. And I can't even go as long. We're going to make as much gems videos as we can and drop them down. But I got to start breaking it down each by each, bit by bit. Here's the second two. Go back to bigger green windows that are easier for most players to hit, but cap the excellent timing boost, reintroducing RNG. You see what he said? Cap the excellent timing boost. That means there used to be a cap on the excellent timing. There's not a cap now. You can hit it every time. But they have new things where you speed up, slow down. The window, it's a little tighter and smaller, so you have to be on point timing it, just like whack-a-mole. I use the whack-a-mole analogy, and people it goes over people's fucking head. That's what the jump shot timing is when you're pressing X. You're doing whack-a-mole. You lining it up, okay, make sure nobody's around me. You're doing whack-a-mole, whether you think it or not. You are. The same concept of well, something pops up in whack-a-mole, and then you hit it down, but the X is already popped up, or the square button, and you're hitting it down with B at the right timing, all right? That's my type of thing I try to put it on, all right? This is how it used to be. Reintroducing RNG. So RNG was in the game other 2Ks to keep the game balanced. This is how 2K shooting was basically worked for the past 20 years. This is the first time the devs have been direct like this, and this, to me, is crazy. It's crazy, Mike. You can't do stuff like this. Let a community know, like, how they've been shooting for the past 20 years. The green window was easier. It was bigger. So, of course, everybody, and trust me, there were still players who couldn't shoot, and they were booty cheeks, but understand they could not because of, one, they didn't just know the hip jump shots. Some players are just unaware to the hip jump shots, using the slow ones, so people are able to contest them still. Two, they wasn't hipped on hot spots. It was a lot of players not hipped on hot spots. There's a lot of players that's not hipped on creating space, knowing how to have stick skill. When you don't have stick skill and you trying to shoot in 2K, it's not a good feeling. It's not. So that already takes away from your shooting. You understand? So this is my whole point with, like, yo, the game was already easy. They made it harder. People are still complaining, but you see both sides though. It's not a one side thing. It's a both side thing. So if you are the one complaining, say you can't shoot, bro. I mean, if people want to stay in the delusions, you can. But like I said, once again, there's other players who's consistently shooting. They're shooting tough shots. They're not being scared to shoot. They're knocking them down. What do you say for yourself? Take accountability. Yes, the devs already need to take accountability. That's why he's posting what he posted now. This is him taking accountability. I think Mike Wang's at a stuck position. He's in the middle, and there's people on the right, people on the left. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't. When I'm looking at people still shooting long, deep, half-court shots, I'm like, damn. I honestly, Mike Wang, I'm gonna keep it 100. Me, OG, I would tell you go back to bigger green windows. Even when we had bigger green windows, everybody wasn't hitting because one, the defense was good. People still had to learn how to create space to hit. You understand? So that kind of balanced it out in itself, Mike. You have to understand that if you want to touch up things and balance things out, play along with those lines. It's like, for what to me, what it seemed like, you're gonna have to reintroduce the RNG. You're gonna have to reintroduce the RNG. One thing that they took away that made reintroducing the RNG bad for people that's gonna say, "Oh no, don't do that." What? Oh, the defense was trash. So yes, the RNG will favor out and play better for players because the defense is bad. The RNG is gonna be more in the favor. But if the defense is good, like the older 2Ks, we're back to that type of 2K. Where players, man, in 17, shit, the win streaks was crazy. Players couldn't just come and shoot threes and beat you fast. Come on, let's be real. Players just did not come and do that. 17, 19s to 20s. It wasn't just like that. The defense was better enough to where you seen a kind of mixed out type of basketball game. You know what I mean? Man, if y'all want, for all the people that talk about 17, 18, 19, all that shit, y'all should not say nothing about him saying reintroduce the RNG. That's gonna mean it's gonna be like the older 2Ks. Whites could potentially be back, basically. Maybe they can play with that cap and lower that, you know, slider or do something with it. I'm not sure how deep they system go, but this ain't looking good. Because how shooting is now, yo, people are just straight off quitting the game. So whatever y'all had back then where at least whites was able to make, like, yo, it kept people still. And maybe that was their science. Maybe that's why they had it in the game. So I understand both sides, Mike. Always know that when you're doing OG. I understand both sides. But you in a tough position right here. This is really what it boils down to. When you do all that, this is really what it boils down to. You in a tough position, Mike. And maybe there's other people that's higher up that's telling them stuff in his ear too. And maybe that's why he got to do this too. Maybe he coming to it like, God damn. But you could tell, yo, this is very unfinished, man. Y'all next step, man, if I was back there with y'all, I would tell y'all just be more direct and honest. Is this about building a community? Is this about building a community where there's a whole bunch of people together and you can have a group of people that enjoy it and they're always going to support 2K and push it and be like, hey, we're going to push this? Or is this about just making the money like they say? The VC price, whatever the case is. I know he don't fully control that as well either, but come on. Because if it's about the community, you should be able to come out directly and tell the fans all the problems that you have, that even when it may take a year to fix. It's just the directness will allow players to maybe adjust in certain ways on a mental level. And you still gonna get people that's gonna talk trash, but it may be able to allow you guys to make some different changes that you guys probably thought you couldn't, but since you was direct with the community and they understood certain things, you were able to make a few changes and people understood them, and it wasn't no bad backlash. That's all I can say to this, man. This is crazy to me at this point. This is worse than last year. The game is way better than last year. Don't get me wrong. 23 is nowhere nicer than this game. Sorry. But the problems and the bugs and the stuff on Twitter is worse than last year. This is crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'll see y'all in the next one.